if something is for Muslims or if it's Islamic, should it be free? I've been a Muslim now, alhamdulillah, for nearly 2 years, and this is something that still shocks me, is that people assume that if something is for Muslims or if it's Islamic, that it should be free. To non-Muslims, it's okay if they charge more, but the second it is for a Muslim or being sold by a Muslim, especially when it is being sold by a Muslim, there is this assumption that it should either be free or that it should be heavily discounted. And a prime example of this is if you look at Netflix and Disney Plus, and then you look at Duru Plus. So Duru Plus is where I work, alhamdulillah. It is a fun, safe streaming platform for Muslim families. And we do have a free tier, so if you can't afford the subscription, you can still watch the content that is faith-aligned on the free plan. Something that Netflix and Disney don't actually have. But still, people come up to us and they say, it should be free. Your entire platform should be free. Should continue to make shows like, just like Omar and Hannah, Mina Mila, Little Amar, but it should be free. But you don't see these people saying the exact same thing to Netflix or Disney Plus. They pay the subscription without thinking and they never question it. But the Muslim-owned businesses, we get questioned. And this doesn't make sense because we still got to eat. We still need to go out and buy food. And unfortunately, it's not feasible to run a business without charging something. This shocked me going around seeing this assumption that so many Muslims I know have. So I thought, hey, maybe there is a ruling here that I don't understand. So I went away and I studied Islamic jurisprudence, looked at all of like business laws, how business should be conducted. And nowhere in there says that it should be free or it should be super duper cheap. It says that business should be conducted ethically and fairly. You know, you shouldn't be overcharging for things if you know you're overcharging, but you also shouldn't be undercharging and undercutting yourself, causing yourself hardship and debt. It's about finding that middle ground that is fair, that is ethical, and is right. So it makes sense to be selling things at the correct value. Now, of course, there are times when other businesses, they sell things that are a bit expensive and they could do with lowering their prices. But that doesn't mean that as a Muslim business, we should be selling things for free. Now, when you look at things from an Islamic perspective, like Qur'ans, that is a bit of a different story because, say, for example, you're a non-Muslim and you want to learn about Islam, having a hurdle to jump over, like buying a Qur'an, maybe you can't afford it. I think for people like that, inshallah, like it should be free. I mean, that's the way that I became a Muslim. But say, for example, as a Muslim now, I have multiple copies of the Qur'an. Alhamdulillah, I have quite a few copies, which means that I don't need another free one. So someone like me should be paying, because at the end of the day, someone has to pay for those Qur'ans to be printed. They don't just magically appear. I mean, that would be amazing if they did, but they don't just magically appear from thin air. Someone has to pay for the ink, for the paper, for the binding, for them to be sent out, and someone's got to foot that bill. So what do you think? Should Muslim businesses charge less than everybody else, even if it means they're making a loss, or do you think it should be free? Because like Duru Plus, for example, it costs over $100,000 every single month to make shows like Mina Mila, Little Amar, and provide this content to Muslim families. And still, people have an issue paying the subscription price, even though that subscription money that you pay every single year or month, whatever plan you choose, goes towards creating these shows that has a long-lasting knowledge. Like a part of your subscription could literally fund somebody learning something about Islam or learning the ABCs, knowledge that stays with them. And to be honest, when you think of it like that, especially for Muslim businesses and Muslim brands like this, it makes it easier to pay that subscription without thinking twice. And especially when you know that you're supporting your brothers and your sisters and you know that they're doing things the right way, supporting the right causes.